Telegraph. Samuel F. B. Morse demonstrated a simple but stunning invention in 1837. It was a machine that could send a clicking signal across a wire. Using his code that related clicking patterns to letters of the alphabet, Morse code, Morse could transmit messages wherever he could string his telegraph cable. The new technology was promising enough to encourage Congress to foot the bill for a test line between Baltimore and Washington in 1843, and within a year the experiment had proved successful, when the message, "What has God wrought?" was sent between the two cities. The challenge was now to cover the country with a telegraph cable. Messages in minutes. Before the telegraph, the only way people could communicate with others in distant places was to send them letters or to travel to meet them. The telegraph allowed a person to transmit a message over hundreds and eventually thousands of miles in the space of perhaps an hour. By the 1850s, there were telegraph stations in major eastern and midwestern cities. Operators there sent and received messages, decoded them, and passed them to runners who hand-delivered the telegrams. The cost varied depending on the location of the station, but it was normally calculated at 25 cents per 100 miles for 10 words or less in the early 1850s. Telegraphic journalism. Among the most significant effects of the telegram was its importance to newspapers. The practical importance of the telegraph was obvious, and in 1846 a new business, the Associated Press (AP), began using the rapidly spreading telegraph lines to send dispatches to newspaper offices. For example, the election results were gathered using the telegraph by the AP for the first time for the 1848 presidential election won by Zachary Taylor. This is an example of a telegraph. Here is a telegraph operator, and this is Morse code, that series of dots and dashes.